Hey guys, how are we? Just in Prattamnak, I think it is, at the moment. So for the last couple of days we've been looking for properties. I went and had a look at a couple. One was Andromeda. There's about just over 200 units in there, and everything from studio apartments to one bedrooms. Did see a 2-bedroom for about 300,000, maybe even a bit more, maybe 350. I've looked at so many units, it's very hard to remember, but very good quality construction, that one. So they also have a jet pool for swimming, which I actually really like. Lots of good common areas, and the fees for, like, the body corp, we would say in Australia, body corporate, or like sinking funds and that sort of stuff, is around 55 baht per square metre. So that's actually probably about, on a 30 square metre unit, roughly 30 square metres, just over 70 Australian dollars per month, about roughly maybe $900 per year. So yeah, we did see, so that's 55 baht per square metre. Did see another unit yesterday for around 30 baht per square metre, and the upkeep on that was really not that good. That was in Wongamat. We did look at another property in Wongamat called the Riviera, and very, very nice units there. Very high end, very glitzy, very glammy. Actually very, very good. So the real estate agent that took us around, Robert, did an exceptional job of just trying to find out what we were after. And did see a really nice studio on the, I think it was the 30th floor, right up in the top. I think it's got 50 floors on that one. And very, very nice, but it's around 240,000 Australian, if I remember correctly. And there's a 2-bedroom there that's very nice as well, and that's about 200 and something thousand, so maybe 240. So yeah, so it's very, very nice places. The only problem that I can sort of see is, so Riviera's got about 1,000 apartments in there, and apparently during the high season, which from what I'm told is around December, January sort of area, either side, and there's a lot of Chinese tourists apparently that go to the Riviera, so you sort of want something a bit more exclusive if you're wanting to live there. In saying that, there's another major problem that's glaring to me, and sinking in a couple $100,000 into a property here, you're not going to get a massive capital growth. I just don't see that as an option. There are a certain amount of properties within a development that allow you to own it, and there's a certain amount that have to be held under a Thai company. So the way that they do that is basically you buy the Thai company that holds the unit. You have a 49% share in the unit. The other 51% is sort of shared between silent partners, and it might be your accountant and might be your lawyer, and they might hold 21% and 30%, and you'd want to make sure that they don't know each other. But in effect, they don't have any sort of voting rights, and it allows you just to own the property legally. So that's, yeah, it's an interesting way to do it. I think having foreign title is a much better option, and there are some properties that allow you to do that. So if you can do that, that's a better option. But as I said, there's a glaring discrepancy in one aspect that I can see, and that is, why would you buy a unit and invest in it when it doesn't help you really in regards to getting an extended visa? You can't get permanent residency here. Well, you can, but it's a long drawn out process. So you have to have 5 consecutive 12-month visas in a row. And then you have to do written and verbal tests showing that you can speak in Thai, and then sit before 2 panels, from what I understand, that basically decide whether or not you can get permanent residency or citizenship. I think it's just permanent residency. So I don't think anybody really does that here. We spoke to our real estate agent, and he basically said he's been just doing the 12-month by 12-month visa for the last 18 years. And they sort of seem to go through the retirement visa and or an educational visa. Retirement visa basically means that you put around 26,000 US into a Thai bank account 2 months prior before your application, and then you basically apply with the correct documents, and initially you get 3 months, and then after the 3-month period you extend it for another 12. So that seems to be the way that most people do it, and don't quote me on this, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's around 78 Australian dollars to apply for that every time you extend. So, but I think the paperwork is better done by an actual professional, which will cost you, I have seen quotes of around 800 US per person. So, you know, nothing straightforward, is it? It's certainly not easy. So I suppose the thing is that concerns me is investing in a place like this and then not having, for some reason or other, and not having your access to your property with a visa. So not that it's probably ever going to happen, but it is a thought that crosses my mind, to be honest. So yeah, so that's sort of the lay of the land here. As I said, you're better off, if you've got the money, you're really better off just holding the cash and just renting a property, because you can rent properties here. Like we're renting the place at the moment for 297 Australian a month, and then you add on top of that your water and electricity, which is probably around $5 US for water, and maybe another 30 to 40 US dollars for electricity for the month. So say all up 350, just to be, you know, really conservative on that. So yeah, it could be an option, but I think it's better off having the money in your account or in another investment and earning dividends, or trading, or you know, investing in a business of some sort in which you're going to get some sort of return. So you, at the end of the day, you know, if you invest your money here, I mean, there are some absolutely beautiful places here, don't get me wrong, and like Andromeda, which, if I'll just turn around here, Andromeda is that big building behind me there, and the build quality in that is actually very, very good. Very luxurious. I could do a lot of work there, and I probably wouldn't even leave the building for an extended period of time, because there's really no reason for me to sort of venture outside. And that's the benefit of being in places like this. I mean, the rent there is, who knows, it's probably going to be about 600 Australian US dollars per month there, because it is high end. And I don't know what the availability of those units is going to be, because, you know, they're it's actually quite nice. It's conducive to a very, very productive lifestyle, in my opinion. It's, look, if you bought a property here, like a house in Thailand, and you went through the route of setting up a company and owning shares and all this sort of stuff, you're in a tropical environment, and the problem with tropical environments is the upkeep, and the expensive upkeep is just astronomical. I mean, plants grow at a rapid rate, and I've got better things to do with my time than cutting lawns and you know, planting bloody gardens. So that doesn't appeal to me at all. That's, you know, my stuff is all online, and I've got to sit down and be productive and push content out and write articles and you know, trade cryptos and different pieces like that. And you just can't, you don't have the time to do that if you've got things that you have to do, like cutting lawns, etc., every 5 minutes. It just drives me insane. Hate that sort of stuff. So I want to be able to train in the morning, do my swimming, do my workouts, sit down, be productive, and just, you know, build an incredible online platform. You know, that's you know, it's your business, and it's what I enjoy doing. So why would you want to set yourself up to have to do something else? And I suppose in one aspect, that's the digital nomad / overseas exile lifestyle. You know, like we had big sheep and cattle property when we were a lot younger, and it's a lot of work. Like, it's just, you know, and I know that yeah, friends of ours that had properties out there, they had you know, big apartments right in the Gold Coast and that sort of stuff, and that's where they ended up spending most of their time, because it's just a much better lifestyle. So yeah, that's my opinion on things at the moment. As I said to someone previously, they were asking me, whether or not to buy something straight away, and you just don't. You've got to get a lay of the land. You've got to understand the environment that you're living in. And Wangamatta is beautiful, bit more upmarket, quieter, better clientele. You don't sort of get, you know, the sort of, I don't know how you would put it, sort of Aussie expat that's riding around on a moped, trying to live off $1.50 a day in that area. I have seen a bit of that in central Pattaya, and it doesn't really appeal to me. And even here in, what do they call it, Pratamnak is nice. Large Element is more sort of upmarket, but even in saying that, yeah, I think you just got to choose who you're sort of spending time with and where you're spending time. And, you know, there's a certain lifestyle that I would prefer than, yeah. I know my wife is struggling at the moment just with the thought of having to perhaps, you know, reapply for visas every 30 days or 3 months or 12 months. And, you know, I sort of spend most of my time, you know, sorting things like that out. So it falls on me to make sure everything's in order. So I will just go down the stairs here and I'll show you the beach. So, these are the restaurants. I think this is Sky Garden here. This is the chocolate factory on this side. and yeah, very nice part of the world. But as I said, I think I would be renting here rather than investing until you've sort of decided that you're going to do long-term living here, and you want to know what the lay of the land is. So now these steps are really bad, so they're pretty uneven, and they've been built out of slate, and I don't know who had the genius idea of building stairs out of slate, because slate's just going to chip away into nothing. So anyway, the other thing that you see a lot here is dogs on the beach. And yeah, the other day I came down here, and I did shoot a video, but I never ended up uploading it because I actually spent most of my time trying to find the stairs to get out off the beach. So nothing straightforward here, so as I said. So yeah, look, lots of good opportunity, I suppose, to buy units here. And if you're interested in buying units, and I'll put some of the units on the screen for you so you can see them. But if you're interested, just contact me. I'll put you in touch with the agent, and you can ask him questions. But yeah, it's just very, very nice. But I think it's a bit too early on for us at this point in time, and we'll probably just rent here for a while, for maybe 12 months, and then if we see something that we like, then we might sort of buy. But I think that's kind of the agreement that my wife and I have sort of come to at this point. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. All right, guys, well, I'm going to leave that there, I think, because it's gone on for 17 minutes already. But yeah, some very, very nice units. I think there's better ways that you could use your capital initially until you really decide that that's what you want to do. But yeah, this is I think this one is called Cozy Beach. But anyway, if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, do that, and I'll show you more and more properties and opportunities. I did say I would do some videos showing people how to earn online, and I'll do that, absolutely. Yeah, we'll go from there. Go to the Facebook group Overseas Exiles and join the discussion over there. Some of the guys are posting some interesting content. I did see Robert Gillespie posted some of the charting that he's done in regards to the Australian dollar versus the US, and I don't disagree with him, to be honest. I know that there were some people who said, oh look, I think over that period of time, I think he went from 1971 through to the current day and showed a downward trend on the Australian dollar. I mean, look, all fiat currencies are absolute rubbish. They want to get into cryptocurrencies and lampoon them as saying, hey, look, this is just a Ponzi scheme. Well, trust me, fiat currency, when you know how it works, is a Ponzi scheme as well. And they have the ability to print as much money as they please. So, and that's why the Russian government's not receiving payment in US dollars or euros, because they know fully well they're just buying physical commodities for euros or dollars that they're just printing out of thin air. Devalues the currency, so you're seeing inflation being completely eroded, being completely pushed up at the moment, and purchasing power is being pushed down, obviously, and that trend is just going to continue to develop. And then you look at the 10-year Treasury bond yield, and it's insane. It's going up at a rapid rate, and it's exactly what we've been saying. It's the thing that you want to keep an eye on. So, because once that Treasury bond yield continues to go up, it means people are getting out of the debt market. They're going into commodities and cryptocurrencies and other assets. So as much as cryptos are sort of gone down at the moment, watch this space, because there's going to be a flight to assets before long. So, and it's one of the things when we talked about Europe and people investing in Europe, a lot of people interested in property in Greece at the moment, and the reason why is because there's a flight of capital. So people wanting to get into physical assets, and they don't care what they cost. So those guys in Athens are very busy at the moment selling properties. So if you're interested in Greek property, let me know. We have somebody who can sort you out from the beginning to the end, so, and continue on with management if that's what you need. So, all right guys,